So they got you on MTV?
They had like a plug, a direct effect, and mixtape DJs were hot. And that's why I say a lot of shit is just timing.
Right.
Because it was like the internet and mixtapes were like a hot thing at the time. I think right now, I don't know, like I guess streamers are hot now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like at the time, it was mixtape DJs.
Right.
So, and I was like the younger one, so I was just like getting all these opportunities. So they had like a mixtape Mondays, that's what it was.
Mixtape Mondays,
and they kind of like, that was a good story. I didn't know it at the time, I'm just trying to get press, but they're like a 19-year-old kid, Just Blaze, Saigon, it just seemed like a good story. So I'm just like getting all this press, I'm doing anything I can, I'm not getting paid. I'm making my money off mixtapes, but the mixtapes are slowing up because I'm going to the studio every day. So for like, I remember like 4, 5, 6 months, that whole 2004, I would just go up there and can't even say I was A&R, and I was just kind of learning at that point. I was just like, cause I didn't really know what the A&R did as that much, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have those relationships, but just being in those rooms while we was recording, just getting those 10,000 hours in the studio was really important.
Right.
And then I remember one time it was like one of my favorite memories in there is I walked in the room and it was just Blaze and Usher talking. And I walked out. And then when the Usher left, he said hello and you dipped. I'm like, damn, you got Usher in here? And I was like, damn, how much you about to charge him? You know what I mean? And he said, nah, you don't charge.
Throwback that night.
He did Throwback.
Throwback. I was on Throwback. Remember that? Yeah, he sent it to me right after that. And then I did my verse on there, and then the shit come out, and Jadakiss is on the shit. I'm like, hey, yo. He was like, yo, that's what the label shit. That was label shit. They didn't want you. You a new guy. They wanted a name, a known name. So I was like, but he did try. He tried it. Definitely. One thing about Just, he tried to throw me crazy alley-oops and shit. So when I got my deal, right, we still wild.
Oh, the last part about the Usher thing, he told me, nah, at this level, we just do swaps. Like just a beat for that. And I didn't, to me, it was still like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't believe it. Like, you're not charging Usher? Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, you coming straight out of Ebbsville, you're like, all right, cool. Like, I'm thinking about some other shit. Right. So it was like it was a lot of fun time, 2004.
2004 was amazing. And this was around another time where, you know, like I said, we were still in the street. I just got my deal. And one thing I don't know about True Life, and this is the correlation, because True Life is the first person that ever put me in a studio in my life, like a real studio to where I could hear my voice like to the people. We did a song called Bust Your Guns probably 2 days after I got out of prison. And we did a song called, we had talked about it over the phone because I had known him years before that. And so when he had got a deal with DreamWorks and then another deal, and then I got my deal, but we were still in the street. And then the whole situation with Mobb Deep, with Hav's group happened. So I got caught up in that shit by affiliation, because I'm affiliated with True. And they try to say, oh yeah, I was burning we wasn't burning no Mobb Deep CDs for the record. We didn't burn Mobb Deep CDs. We did not burn, we was burning a stack of CDs.
Y'all was doing something.
Yeah, it was a stack of CDs.
I saw that DVD.
It was a stack of CDs, and this was some nigga idea, like, yo, let's go burn everybody's CD. And we was like, fuck it. We thought it was a good idea. Like, yo, fuck all these niggas and shit. It was us against the world. And then I started to create street beef. So, there was the emphasis, me and Prodigy had a problem at SOBs, but we had a problem prior to that. And me and Prodigy was friends, so you were there that night, that's why I'm bringing it up. We was in a club, me and Prodigy's hanging out. Like, we're literally hanging out, cool.
Right,
Prodigy. Rest in peace to P. And I only bring this up because, you know, Hav is here and you're here. Okay. And this is like a crazy story, because that wasn't our first time we had a problem. Right. And I almost got us all killed because them niggas had hammers. So we get in the club, me and Prodigy's hanging out. We having a good time, we cool. And I know they have, but we explaining, yo, that beat, like, that shit ain't about nothing. But the people around them was just not happy about my presence being there.
They weren't happy, but they wasn't anti you either.
Not yet, not at the beginning.
Because it was a long night.
It was a long night. Then as niggas started drinking, niggas started having fun, it became back up. You can't get close to Prodigy no more, full back. So I'm like, yo, we cool. We've been hanging out all fucking night. Niggas start that led to us saying, yo, let's fight. Because I'm like, nigga that kept pushing me, I'm like, don't touch me no more. So I'm like, fuck it, we gotta fight. We all going outside. We go outside, my crazy ass was like, I wanna fight. I wanna fight all y'all niggas. One-on-one, back to back. Niggas just got guns like this. nigga, we don't fight. We're gonna kill your little ass. These niggas is like, Saigon, what's wrong with you? You remember that night?
No, I do. And it was like
I wasn't there that night, right?
Nah, he wasn't there.
Oh,
He wasn't there.
I think what happened was like it's just like progressively, you know, because you used to drink back then.
Yeah, for
so you
sure.
progressively used to got a lot drunker. So
yeah,
so I'm just like, it's only like 3 of us, so like us 3 and like one other guy, the guy with my boy Jules, and he was like kind of driving us that time. And then the whole thing spilled outside because it's just like everybody go outside. And it was just like it was like 20 niggas from like Queensbridge and us 4. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like 60 pounds lighter than I am right now. You know what I mean? Gotti, you know, he's chilling. His side just like ready to fight. And there's one guy from over there. I'm just the whole time like we gonna get jumped, stabbed, or shot because we outnumbered. And Queensbridge, them niggas is so big. Like these niggas look like they was ready for war every time. And then I remember at one point when Sai like kind of offered to like fight one guy one-on-one and he ain't fight, that was our time to get out of there.
Right.
And then Sai was screaming at them like, yo, I'm gonna fuck everybody up. The whole time I'm like pulling them back and I'm like, yo, we gonna get shot,
we
man.
Get fucked up. We would have got washed. We would have got washed. It wasn't, we ain't had no win, bro.
Crazy.
That's always me, like, fuck it, we gonna get washed. Niggas like, we don't want to get washed.
How'd you get out of this?
My boy Jules had the car over there, so I pulled him all the way down, threw him in the car, and we got out of there. I thank God to everybody who's watching, thank God for not shooting us.
And like you said, shout out to Prodigy, but he talked about this moment in his book. And when the story came out in the book, I was kind of disappointed because I felt like, fuck it, we would have got washed, but we didn't get trumped.
I mean, he's not here to defend himself.
I know, that's why I'm not even gonna talk about that shit.
Well,